Thanks for the ride, Mr. Trask.
You're welcome. Excuse me. Wash him down, please. Water and feed him. Thank you.
I'd like to rent one of your rigs.
Mr. Trask, I was asked to tell you the doctor's with your wife now.
Doctor?
Hold it! Get out of here!
Open the door. I'm her husband. Now open this door.
I'm Dr. Tilson.
What's the matter? Is she all right?
The chambermaid found her. She was hemorrhaging. She's lost a lot of blood now. I've inserted a packing. She'll be all right.
I don't understand. I want to see my wife. Now open this door.
It would be better
Let me in!
Waited in the lobby. Quiet! And the rest of you, get away from here. Go back to your rooms. Well, your baby's going to be fine and healthy. But you must promise me no more tricks.
I guess I do owe Adam that at least.
Promise me.
I promise.
All right. And won't tell your husband what you did.
Thank you.
How is she? Well, is she all right? What caused it? Can I go in?
Now, hold up, Mr. Trask. Your wife is sick, but she has the only good sickness there is. Kathy is going to have a baby.
You mean Oh, thank you, Doctor, thank you.
Now, don't thank me. I had nothing to do with it.
No, I mean, I know you didn't, but talk about beginner's luck.
There's a world of water here. Look, look, look. Oh, you surely know how to pick land, Adam.
I'm going to buy this land, Samuel. How soon can you start on the wells? This week? Next?
As soon as I pick which boys will help dig.
Not young Will, I'd wager.
On the contrary. He's likely to need calluses more than the others. Esquiva.
I mean to make a garden of my land, Samuel.
Like your namesake, eh?
You might say that. I've had a gray life, Samuel. I've had no Eden, let alone been driven out.
And where will the orchard be, Adam?
I won't plant apples. No, that would be looking for trouble.
What will Eve say to that? Eve's delight in apples, you know.
Not this Eve. No, you don't know her. Kathy brought something very special into my life. A kind of light spread from her and everything changed color. And the world, it opened out. And the day was good to awaken to. I am going to make a garden so good and so beautiful. It will be a fitting place for her light to shine on. Ha! This stick of yours, Samuel. Well, how does it work anyway?
I'm not sure it does. Except that it does. Now, don't you worry yourself, my friend. You'll have your water. if I have to drive my rig to the black center of the earth, you'll have your eating.
Put some water in here, George.
Back it off! Back it off!
Shut it down, Joey.
You're gonna split that thing in half. Get the shaft up. You're gonna split that thing in two. Get the shaft up, Tom.
Who the hell made you boss of this gang?
Didn't we agree that if I canceled your debt, you do my share of the work?
Yeah, that just makes you fat and rich. It doesn't make you boss. Now, you just shut up and sit there. You don't want to come in contact with anything like dirt. Okay, hold her down, Joey. Okay, George, hold on to the pipe. We're gonna take her out. Okay, that's right.
What do you got, boys?
We'll know in a minute, Pop. Looks like we boarded a buried locomotive.
30 feet down? Let's see. What do you think, son?
Huh? Tool steel, maybe? If it is, we don't have a thing that can touch it.
Oh, no. I bet if we had this assay, we'd more likely find nickel, some silver maybe, and carbon and manganese. What's it lying in, Tom? What'd you see it?
Sand.
Sea sand. Was likely water here. Right here, where we're standing. 1,000 centuries ago. Maybe an inland sea. With seabirds circling and crying. Oh, and what a pretty sight it would have been if it happened at night. Huh? And then a furious waterspout, 30 stories high, and a huge mushroom of steam. And then it'd be black night again, as its blinding light went out. And all you'd see would be the killed fish showing silver in the starlight. Huh?
A meteorite.
That's my thought.
Dad, you know, if an assay showed enough nickel and silver, we could mine it, maybe. There could be a fortune down there.
You do have a gift for seeing the practical side, Will. But we promised Adam Trask water, not a fallen star.
Bring lunch now, Miss Adam. Cookie good thing.
Lee, have you seen these? Sam Hamilton's drawings of the windmill he's designed especially for me. Damnedest thing. Fan blades have what Samuel calls variable pitch, thing he's invented, so that as the direction of the wind changes, the effective velocity remains undiminished. Forgive me, Lee. You probably haven't the vaguest idea what I'm talking about. Probably couldn't give a rice cake about it anyhow. Have you seen my wife?
Miss Kathy say, take a little walk down by Fixie house. You want me ring lunch bell?
No, that's all right. I'll fetch her. Don't let these blow away. Excuse me.
Kathy. Kathy.
Why are you hiding?
Workman. They were staring at me.
They were not.
They think I'm ugly. They're right, I am.
Oh, nonsense. Women with child are at their loveliest. Besides, there's a magical glow about you. Come on. Lunch is ready.
Wonder how magical you'd feel with your body all misshapen and ruined and sticking out in front of you like 50 pounds of guts.
What a perfectly dreadful thing to say.
Missy, like your milk?
No, coffee, please.
Milk more better from coffee for new mama.
Missy want coffee, you savvy? Chop, chop.
He's a very good servant, Kathy.
I don't like the way he looks at me.
He was only concerned for your health.
Lee? I'm sorry I was rude. Forgive me. It's just I feel a little. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Missy Hamilton! Missy Hamilton! Come quick! Missy Adams say come! Who's that coming? Missy Adams say come quick! Missy Hamilton!
It looks like a chicken tied to a horse.
Yeah. Missy Hamilton! Come! Missy Adams say come! Missy Kathy bad! Come quick! Hold on, Ellie, hold on! Missy, yell, scream! When did it start?
Maybe lunchtime.
All right, now calm down, calm yourself. How's Adam?
Missy, Adam, crazy, laugh, cry, make vomit.
Sure wasn't I a new father once?
Where you going?
Mrs. Trask's about to have a baby. I promised Adam that I'd stand by.
You?
Well, I brought the four of you into the world. So far, you've given no evidence that you think I did the world a bad service. Tom, you might put some dynamite down that hole, huh? And go easy with it. As you love your arms and legs, enjoy. Ride back to our place and see if you can grind a new edge on that torn-up drill bit, huh?
And me, Dad.
You will. You think about how we might invest the money that we're gonna make on this job, huh? Come on, come on. Hey. Need some light. Please, get those blankets down. Huh?
Leave it.
Leave it.
The light hurts her eyes.
And I'll tie a black cloth over her eyes.
I won't let you do that.
Adam, I promised you I'd take care of things, huh? And I will. I only hope that one of those things is not you.
Close your eyes, darling. And don't worry, I'll be with you every minute.
No, you won't. You're going out of this room and you're going to stay out. Come on. Go on.
But why?
Because I don't need two patients. Don't tell me you've been in a war. This is different. It's probably worse. Now, it's considered a good practice, a sweet practice, for the new father to go someplace and get quietly drunk.
I couldn't do that.
Have you ever delivered a child?
No, of course
Would
not.
you like to deliver one today? Then go someplace. Come on. Wait until I call. Come on. Go. Go.
You can get that lousy chink out of here, too.
I'll be needing Lee's help, Mrs. Trask. Now tell me, has the water broke? I did not come here by choice, except as a friend. It's not a pleasure to me, young woman. I don't know what's troubling you. And minute by minute, I don't care. I ask you a question. If you don't answer, and if you keep putting that snot and look on me, I'll walk out, and I leave you to welter.
The water broke an hour ago.
No, that's better. Have you had hard labor?
Yes.
How far apart?
I don't know.
Well, I've been here 15 minutes. Have you had any in that time?
Two small ones. No big ones since you've been here.
Right. We want fresh linen to leave. My Liza sent you a pulling rope to use. She made it when our firstborn was preparing. What with our children and our neighbors' children, this rope is for a great number of people in the world. I take all of that. That's it. Good. Good girl. Keep pulling on that now when you need it. That's fine. And I think you'll be having that baby of yours any minute now. Just to get your mind off things, why don't you talk about, what do you think? About that little scar that you I'll choke you! Let go! Let go! God.
Mary, Mother of God. That woman's a demon.
I had a collie bitch do the same thing to me once. Had to put a muzzle on her. Might have to do the same thing with this one. You got any whiskey that we can pour over this? A human bite's more poisonous than a snake's.
I'll get it. And a clean rag to wrap it up in.
Lee. Lee, what did you just say?
Say, get clean leg for lap hand.
Starwater, who will? Pop's gonna be mighty pleased.
Look at this. This is great. Oh. Oh, yes, that's great. Oh, praise the Lord.
What is it?
It's a boy. You got a son, Adam. It happened almost before I was ready. She must have made a whalebone, that wife of yours.
I want to see her. I want to see my son.
I don't know if you want to go in there now. We haven't cleaned up yet. Adam. Come on, Adam. Come on. I'll bring your son out to you as soon as Lee gets him sponged off, huh?
Missy Hamilton, you come quick.
Oh, God in heaven, it's another one. You have two fine sons. They're not alike. Each one born separate in his own sack. I can show you boys now if you'd like.
No.
I understand. You're tired now. Later then.
I don't want them.
Of course you do. It's the weariness. At first, new mothers often feel some reluctance to...
Take them out of this room. Do what you like with them. I don't want them.
I don't like you, Mrs. Trask.
It's anatomy.
She wants you in there.
Yes, Kathy.
Put the blankets back on the window. I want to be in the dark. I want to be alone.
But I want to be with you.
Do what you like. But don't talk. Just don't talk.
Mr. Hamilton! Bring strong Chinese medicine. Stop infection in
Stop
hand.
the crap, Lee. I'm too tired for pigeon. Besides, you already tipped your game in there.
That's so. What Mr. Hamilton think?
Missy Hamilton think you not only speak passable English, you're probably an educated man as well.
A couple of years at the University of California. Nothing to shoot off rockets about.
I'll wager that you're a Christian. Into the bargain.
I was a Presbyterian for a while. But I've gone back to dragons and demons. They don't make any less sense, and somehow they're more comfortable. This is going to hurt.
On purpose, now that I found out your secret.
The name is Lee, not Genghis Khan.
Why? Why the mask, Mr. Lee? Protective coloration?
Perhaps.
And the Q. I've read that it's a badge of slavery imposed on the southern Chinese by the conquering Manchus. But for the life of me, I've met precious few Manchu warriors in the Salinas Valley. It's enough! Tell me, why? Why?
Toki Chinese talk, Q Chinese fashion. You savvy? Besides, it's what's expected. White people simply don't hear you if you don't talk pidgin.
And what am I, huh? A wood nymph?
Maybe you're different from the others.
And maybe I'm not. Maybe it's you. Maybe you ought to try being a little less like I...
Ethan, is that the Christian appellation you are groping for? Sting? Good. It's mostly carbolic acid. It will burn out any infection that's left. You might want to remember, Mr. Hamilton.
Samuel, damn it.
You might want to remember Samuel. that we heathens were inventing the lunar calendar while you Irish were still living in caves and roasting each other over peat fires.
Maybe I've been a little impertinent.
Yes, but not without a certain elfin charm.
Then, maybe you'll endure me one last question, huh? From a man wounded in combat?
Why am I content to be a servant?
Ah.
Even a bad servant is clothed and fed and given ample time to contemplate life's mysteries. It's the refuge of a philosopher.
Or a scoundrel.
True. A good servant can completely control his master, tell him what to think, how to act.
And you, I have no doubt, are an excellent servant.
I am.
But what kind of a wet nurse will you make?
A what?
These two little rascals in there will be awake in a bit, well rested from their ordeal and squalling for food.
But Mrs. Trask...
No, she won't be nursing them. She's got no milk. She wouldn't give them any if she had it. But then, I'm sure that's just a small challenge for a man like you, excellent servant that you are.
Samuel, I've raised suckling pigs. Is it anything like that?
Not much different, I would guess. But then I wouldn't know for sure. My Liza, tiny as she is, nursed every one of ours. All 9 of them. When I was a small boy in Ulster, my father took me one day to Londonderry town for a fair. And for a special event of the day, a murderer was to be hanged in the public square. Naturally, my father didn't want me to watch, and he tried to carry me away, but the crush of the holiday crowd kept us a moment too long. And in that moment, the hanged man looked down from the executioner's scaffold. Right at me, he looked. He was a beautiful man with golden hair, but his eyes, oh, he had the strangest eyes. They were not human eyes. They had no depth, like the eyes of a goat. I have not seen such eyes again till now. Her in there. She has the eyes of that goat. This birth was too quick, like a cat having kittens. And I fear for those kittens. Open her up, Will.
All right, Dad.
There's Mr. Trask down Buffalo. Well, shall we go drill him another?
Pa, it's Saturday.
Practically nightfall.
Don't you think we deserve a break?
If I had reason to believe that your mother wouldn't get wind of it, last one into town buys the beer.
Hold on! Wait for me!
And you'll each have your own room in that wing of our new home. Shh, 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 shh.
You see, Kathy say, I go King City, buy more nursery bottle.
We'll do it then.
She say, now come back, maybe Monday.
He hasn't had a day off in a long time. He's been working very hard, Adam. I do think the rest would do him good.
Well, you heard your mistress. Don't touch. Stop worrying. I'm not helpless. I can handle things around here for a couple of days. Gentlemen, thank you for a good day's work.
Bye, bye. See you on Monday, Mr. Trask.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend, sir.
Kathy, I warmed the supper Lee left for us. Kathy? Kathy, why is the door locked? How lovely.
I'm going away now.
Now, you can't go out yet. It's only been a week since...
No, Adam. I'm leaving you.
I don't understand.
You don't have to understand. Just step aside and let me go. I'm not what you think I am. I try to be. I really did try. But I just can't do it.
But our babies.
They're better off without me. But take my word for it, you all are. There are things you don't know about me. Things you never need to know.
Well, I don't believe you.
Believe what you like. But I am going.
Kathy, you can't go. Not from me.
I'm warning you, Adam. Don't you try to hold me. Get your damn hands off of me.
Sorry, Adam. I didn't think you'd take on so. I just need a little change, that's all. If you don't want me to go, I won't go. Please, Adam, please, open the door.
You headed out to Trask's place?
Yeah, that I am.
You mind if I ride along with you?
If you can stand my company, ornery as I've been this past fortnight.
I understand there was some commotion over there last week. Adam Trask shot himself with his own gun.
Would have bled to death if this China boy hadn't come home around midnight and found him.
It seems to me a man's got a right to tell the law his own story.
Okay. Except, how do you figure a fella manages to shoot his own self in the shoulder with a single-action Colt's 44?
Well, he's an Easterner, Sheriff. They're cleverer than we are.
You were cleaning the gun and went off.
Yes, it was an accident.
You had the cleaning rod down the barrel, and you had neglected to take out the loaded cylinder, and you had the hammer pulled back, and it accidentally went off.
Yes, something like that.
And it blowed that cleaning rod right through you and on through the wall, and it killed 3 squirrels and a polar bear on your front porch. You really want me to put that in my report to the county, Mr. Trask?
It was an accident.
Because you're from the East and you don't know anything about guns.
Yes.
And you weren't in the United States Cavalry, and you weren't decorated for bravery under fire, and you weren't a marksman. Was your wife in the house when it happened, Mr. Trask?
No, she was away.
Ching Chang, come in here a minute, will you? Go tell your missy Sheriff Quinn would admire to speak with her for a minute.
Missy, not here.
Huh? Where is she? Well, come on, Ching Chang, I asked you a question.
我唔知仔啊，我去街買咗幾樽牛奶俾個 BB 仔，係咯，我先要有先。
Where is she, Mr. Trask? Where'd she go? Is she coming back?
I don't know.
Well, that's the first thing you said I believe. Now, I'll need a little more information, if you don't mind. What was her name before you married her?
I don't know.
Well, where did she come from? Where did she live?
I don't know.
Well, how about a description? Can you describe her?
She was beautiful.
Was, Mr. Trask?
Is beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
You don't know your own wife's name, or where she came from, or what she looks like, and I was born last Wednesday with a full set of tail feathers. God damn it, Trask. This is not nosiness. This is the law. Now, you open your eyes and tell me, or hurt or not, I'll take you in and lock you up.
You can't frighten him, Horace. He doesn't care. Don't you see that? I'll tell you what, stick him down in a red anthill, and he'd say thank you and have a nice day.
Well, I don't know why I should care if he doesn't. Anyway, she'll turn up sooner or later. They always do. Ching Chang, fetch my horse. My best to your wife, Samuel.
Liza sent you some lamb shanks. And enough of her barley soup to cure 3 shattered shoulder blades. I left it out in the kitchen. Thought maybe in a couple of days I'd get back to the wells.
I don't want any wells. I'll pay you for your work, Sam.
I guess the last bad habit that a man will give up is advising.
I don't want advice.
Well, nobody does. It's the giver's present. Adam, go through the motions. Act out being alive. And after a while, long while, it'll be true. Adam? Adam?
So you gonna arrest me, Sheriff? Or do you just take pity on orphans?
Trask says you didn't shoot him.
And why should he lie?
Why does a dog eat dirt? I don't know. But don't you want to know how bad you hurt him?
Yes, I do.
Well, 44 tears his shoulder up pretty good. But he's going to get well. Of course, if his Chinaman hadn't come back and he'd bled to death, you'd be sitting in my jail right now.
I'm sorry.
Now, that's the first mistake you made. You're not a bit sorry. If we're going to get along, you keep in mind to be honest with me.
You know, I think I like you.
Well, I'll be sure to mark that down in my diary.
And press a rose in the page.
If I wanted, I could run you over the county line. Have the next sheriff do the same. And that could keep up until you splash into the Atlantic Ocean.
And why don't you do that?
Because in a curious way, I appreciate the work that Faye and the others do here along the row. Between the churches and the whorehouses, most people are kept pretty happy most of the time. That makes my job easier.
And that's what you want? An easy job?
Easy and long. I intend to be the oldest, laziest sheriff in the history of Monterey County.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Now, there's an attitude I can admire. Now, where you came from, where you've been, doesn't interest me a whole lot. You'd only lie to me anyway, and I don't need the trouble of searching it down. Now, you change your name and your hair. Nobody knows you around here. That's good. Don't steal from the suckers. Don't shoot anybody else. And don't go anywhere near Adam Trask's house or those boys. I don't want them to grow up and find their mother's a whore. So you keep that to yourself. After that, your life's your own.
Ah, there you are, Kate. Isn't she a treasure, Horace?
Appears to be.
Ethel's feeling poorly this morning, dear. I wonder, would you mind walking her over to Dr. Wilde and get her checked out?
Of course, my darling.
If I didn't know you better, Faye, I'd say you picked that one out for yourself.
Why, Sheriff Quinn, you've got a mind like a septic tank.
That's why you and I get along, isn't it?
But I don't understand, Faye. What about my customers? Why, tonight alone I've got 5 regulars, and tomorrow...
You tell them you don't do this kind of work anymore. You tell them to go and pick out one of the other girls.
Faye, I have to work. Here or someplace, I have to make a living.
But you're practically running the place already. I'll pay you what you're bringing in to just go on doing that. I've grown very close to you, Kate. You're almost like a daughter to me. And it upsets me when I think about you. I just want you to promise me you'll do what I asked.
All right.
Oh, that's my good girl. Now, I've got to go see my attorney. Now, tonight, after you close up, you come and tap on my door. I'll have a little surprise for you.
What kind of a surprise?
Oh, well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it? For me? But this This was supposed to be a party for you. Oh, I couldn't take it.
Look at the back.
To see with all my heart from A.
It was my mother's watch. You've been like a mother to me. I want you to have it. Please.
Oh.
For me. Last will and testament. All my worldly goods, without exception to Kate Albee, because I regard her as my daughter. Faye Stan.
Are you pleased?
I'm pleased that you think of me that way. But a will. Oh, my God, Faye, you're not going to die.
Oh, I don't plan to. At least not right away. No, it's just something I wanted you to have. So you could feel secure and know that you never had to work again.
Nobody's ever been so good to me.
Oh, and you've only heard the first surprise. We're gonna go to Europe, you and I, on a ship. We're gonna have beautiful clothes, dresses from Paris, France.
But that costs money.
So what? I've got plenty of money. Anyway, I'm thinking of selling the house. With the business we've been doing,
No.
What do you mean, no? It's still my house, Kate.
Yes, of course it is. It's just that we're doing so well now. Please, Faye, don't talk of selling. I have such wonderful plans.
I told you, we've got enough money.
We could have more. Much more. To us, right?
You look so strange, Kate. You look different.
I am different. I'm different from anyone you've ever known. And I'm going to show you how to really run a whorehouse.
I don't like you like this, Kate.
We'll fix those gray slugs who come in here to do that nasty little business for $1. We'll give them pleasure, all right.
We were having such a nice time. And why do you want to go and spoil it? You're frightening me, Kate.
There's nothing to be frightened of. Drink your wine.
Huh? No. No, I don't want any more.
Drink, Daniel! You asked me if I was still turning tricks. Do you really think I'd give up my regulars? Do you suppose they pay me a mean little $1.25? They give me $10, and the price is going up all the time. They can't go to anybody else. No one else is any good for them.
Don't talk like that. You're not like that, Kate. You're not like that.
That's the way this whole house is gonna be. Only the price is gonna be $20. We'll make the bastards pay, Mother. We'll make them pay.
Everything all right in there?
to help her sleep. You just go on back to bed, Ralph.
All right, Miss Kate.
Now, if I turn you loose, will you sit quietly, like a good girl, while I get your medicine? Oh. You sit there.
I want you out of here. Run a good house here. I want a good house with no nastiness. Oh, I want you out.
Now, here's your medicine, dear. Take it. Here's your medicine, dear. Take it. Take it. Now, drink it down, Faye. Or I'll slit your throat like the South you are. What's that you're playing, Cotton Eye?
This one I remember. It's called Moonlight. Beethoven, I think. Damn. I wished I could see that music.
Try it now.
Miss Faye don't like me to play without the chain.
Well, I like it that way. From now on, you'll do what I tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Adam Trask!
What do you want?
Come out here, man. I want to talk to you.
Go away. You're not invited.
You come out here. By heaven, I'll not only invite myself in, I'll smash your door to pieces and slap you across the ears with the hinges.
What do you want?
I've heard a very bad thing about you.
Don't bother to get off. No need of company. State your business.
You've got 2 sons. How long have you had them?
A year, more or less.
A year, 3 months. Tell me now, do you deserve your children, man?
Deserve them? They're here.
Adam Trask, a dog wolf with a pair of cubs, a scrubby rooster with sweet paternity for a fertilized egg, a dirty clod.
You get off my place. Go on, get off. You're acting crazy. Lee, get my gun. This man's acting crazy.
I can't think of a mind of even a dull man picking up a rock who before evening would not put a name on it. But you've had your boys a year, 3 months, and you've not given them so much as a number.
Who told you that? Who told you to come out here, my faithful servant?
Never mind who told me. What do you call them, huh? This and that, thing and thong, or do you just whistle for them like a couple of puppies? Yeah, huh? Yes?
I've been meaning to take care of it, but...
And it's true. Your sons have no names!
Well, it's not my fault. Their mother left them motherless.
And you've left them fatherless. Now, get up, so I can knock you down again.
I wouldn't try it, old man. And you are an old man. Do you know that?
Not so old as you. If it's measured by meanness and self-pity, now come on. Come on, get up. Or I'll thump you where you sit. Come on.
Won't be necessary, Samuel. You're right, I'm wrong.
You finally come to your senses, huh, man? That's good. Now, we'll do it now. I've got Liza's Bible in my saddlebag. There's no place for getting a good name like the Bible.
You are a good friend, Samuel. And I know it wasn't easy for you to ride out here and punch my face.
Well, it wasn't quite so hard as I thought it might be. The question is, did I do it right?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not a fighting man, you see. Last time I clobbered a human soul was... it was over a red-nosed girl and a school book in County Derry.
Has there been any news of her? Kathy, I mean, have you heard anything at all? You have heard, haven't you?
No, I've heard nothing. Shall we get on with the business then, huh? Lee, bring those lads out here.
I want to ask you something, Samuel. Now, I can't remember much past that last ugly thing she did, but... was she very beautiful?
To you, she was, because she was your creation. But I don't believe you ever really saw her.
I wonder who she was. What she was.
Why the sudden curiosity? You didn't need to know before.
I would like to know what kind of blood is in my boys. When they grow up, won't I be looking for something in them?
They'll be what you expect of them.
But their blood.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in blood. And don't you put that on them. Let's get on with it. Do you favor the standard names like John, James, and Charles? Where in the world did you get those clothes, Lee?
I didn't get them. I had them. A boy should be well dressed on his naming day.
You've dropped that pigeon.
There didn't seem to be much point after a while. The trouble with speaking in pidgin is that you get to thinking in pidgin.
That one looks just like my brother Charles. I just saw it. Do you think the other one looks like me?
Do you want to name that one after your brother, then?
No. No, I don't.
Well, what about your own name? Adam. or his firstborn, Cain and Abel?
Oh, we can't do that.
Yes, I suppose that would be tempting whatever fate there is. But isn't it odd that Cain is maybe one of the best-known names in the world? As far as I know, only one man has ever borne it.
Have you read the story, Lee?
Only in Hebrew and English, never in Cantonese.
Well, I've read it 1,000 times, and I still don't understand it. You listen. Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
That always upset me as a child, the unfairness of it. Cain and Abel each gave what he had. God accepted Abel and condemned Cain. That's an injustice.
God did not condemn Cain at all. Even God can have a preference, can't he?
It's so. Yes, I suppose God liked lamb better than vegetables. I think I do myself.
Suppose the Lord would prefer a puppy to a pearl-handled pocket knife.
Huh? What's that you said?
Nothing. Never mind.
And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. I had forgotten how dreadful it is. No single tone of encouragement.
I'm not so sure. God protected Cain with the curse, murderer though he was. God must have seen something worthwhile in Cain.
That's so. Cain did live on and have children. Abel lives only in the story.
And we are all descended from this first murderer. So, do we then share in his sin and guilt?
Well, I expect we do. We're Cain's children.
And what does that do to your notion, Samuel, that blood doesn't count?
Here we sit, 3 grown men, discussing this crime as though it happened yesterday in King City and hasn't come up for trial, while those 2 boys go yet unnamed.
Name me some names, then.
From the Bible?
From any place.
Well, let's see. Of all the people who started out of Egypt, only 2 came to the promised land. Caleb and Joshua.
Joshua was a soldier, a general. I didn't like soldiering.
Caleb was only a captain.
I kind of like Caleb. Caleb Trask?
Caleb is named. Aaron. Aaron, I've always liked that name. But he didn't make it to the promised land.
That's good enough.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Missy, Papa. Please.
Thank you.
Adam, I told you I didn't know where Kathy is. It's not exactly the case. You're not gonna like it, I promise you.
Well, tell me, damn it, where is she?
In Monterey, working at a place called Faye's. It's a whorehouse.
It's a lie!
That she's there may be a lie. But that I've heard it said, and more than once, is the truth.
I didn't need to hear that. I know. I asked him. But I didn't need to hear that.
Samuel needed to tell you.
Why?
Because he knows that we're not going to see him anymore.
Is he that sick? He didn't hit me very hard. God knows he tried. He wanted to kill me. The strength has gone out of him. Hey, what are you doing?
When is the last time you met a Manchu warrior in the Salinas Valley?
I am the resurrection, saith the Lord. He who believes in me, even though he be dead, yet shall he live. Amen.
Timshel.
was it you said to Samuel back there in the church?
Timshel,
What?
thou mayest. You remember back that day when we were naming the twins. We read the story of Cain and Abel, and none of us really understood it.
But what has that got to do with...
In the King James Version we read, Jehovah says, and thou shalt rule over him, which was a promise that Cain would conquer sin.
And you weren't satisfied with that translation?
I conferred with some Chinese scholars of my acquaintance in San Francisco. Together, these 4 old men and I approached a learned rabbi. I'd go up there every couple of weeks on my days off. We'd study Hebrew, comparing translations.
That's where you were the days I needed you?
Until, after 2 years, we finally felt, all 6 of us, that we had a proper translation of the Hebrew word, timshel. Not thou shalt, or thou must, but thou mayest. Thou mayest rule over sin.
2 years. 1 word? Don't you think that's just a bit of ecclesiastical hair-splitting?
No. Don't you see? It may be the single most important word in the history of the world because it gives man the right to choose between good and evil, between right and wrong.
Timshel, is it? Thou mayest.
The gift of free will in a single word. I wanted to share that with Samuel, but I was too late.
Maybe not. My guess is he heard you.
Why are we going this way?
I want you to drop me off at the railroad station in King City. I have business once attending.
That business wouldn't live in the town of Monterey, would it?
Forgive me, Lee, but I see where that's no concern of yours.
Perhaps not. Still, consider, if you will, the moth, who with everything to live for, flies repeatedly into the candle's flame until he burns himself up.
God's sake, Lee, spare me your Oriental wisdom.
Then how about a piece of homespun American wisdom? Your wife is a whore. You have 2 sons to raise. For their sakes, if not your own, let her go.
I did not ask for your opinion. They're my sons. I know what's best. If it does not suit you, you may seek employment elsewhere.
And I to do just that. But Sam Hamilton's ghost would rise up and haunt me into hell if I deserted those 2 boys now.
Sure. I know a place called Faye's. Ain't called Faye's anymore. This'll take the chill off an Aspen. Drink it as hot as you can. Faye was sick a couple of months before she died. When she finally kicked off, they called it food poisoning.
But you don't believe that? What's this place called now?
What do you want to go down there for anyhow? Listen to me, Pilgrim. There's a place called Jenny's down the street. You go down there, you get everything you need.
I asked you, what's it called?
Take my word for it. Go to Jenny's. The other is not your sort of place. Kate's. It's called Kate's.
Thank you.
If you tell me what you want, I'll call the proper.
I would like to see Kathy. I mean, Kate.
Miss Kate is busy now. Did she expect you?
No.
I can take care of you if you like. Does she know you?
I'm not sure. Would you tell her that Adam Trask would like to see her? She'll know then whether I know her or not.
Well, are you gonna say something? Or did you just come here to stare at me?
I was told you were here. I didn't believe it. I suppose I needed to see for myself.
Very well. You've seen.
You have 2 sons. Aren't you going to ask how they are?
No.
Kathy. You just run this place, is that right? I mean, you yourself, you don't actually...
Turn tricks.
Yes.
Would it make you feel better to know that I'm still as pure and virginal as the day I crawled up onto your back porch?
I guess my brother Charles was right about you after all.
I guess he was.
I'll go now.
Adam, wait.
Do they look like me? The twins, I mean. I'm just curious.
One does. One looks like you very much. Would you like to know what I've named them?
That doesn't interest me.
I don't believe you, Kathy. You carried them in your body for 9 months, brought them into the world with the pain of hellfire. Something about that must have touched you.
Say, what did you come here for anyhow?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
You still love me, don't you?
Kathy, there is good in you. More good than you realize. I know there is.
Even now? Even after I shot you?
You never meant to do that. You felt trapped, and I understand that now.
Knowing the way I live, all the men I must have had in my bed. Still you would take me back, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes.
Why? Why would you do that? Don't you know what people would say about you?
I don't care about that. I just want you to come back home with me, Kathy. Oh, come now. Just turn your back on this place. We'll never speak of it again.
You hypocrite. You want me to think you came here to save my tarnished soul, but you're no different from the rest. You want me? Okay. Do you have a $20 bill in your pocket? Or is that more than you like to pay? I know your sort, Adam.
Cheap as grab all. Rather marry a woman and get it for nothing and have your socks washed and your floors scrubbed into the bargain. It's all right, love. After all, we are still married. I am the mother of your sons. Here, let me help you. I know how lonely it gets. Locked away on that farm, month after month. I know how much you must want me. You know, I have silk sheets on my bed. Come. I want you to feel a touch of silk next to your body. Boots! Give him the boots!
But Miss Kate, he ain't fighting back. Fight's all out of him.
Get out of here. All the time we were together, I thought you were a fool. But I never hated you. Now, for the first time, I hate you. I hate you, Adam.
It doesn't matter. Did you know I loved you? I did. Better than anything in the world. It was so strong, it took quite a killing.
You'll come crawling back. Drag your belly on the floor. Begging. Adam. Adam! Adam, you'll be back. Adam. They're not your sons. You hear me, Adam Trask. You are not the father. How often did I let you get near enough to me, Hatch?
You were hurt. You were badly hurt.
I wasn't too hurt for Charles.
You really think I could believe that of my brother?
I could have loved Charles. We were very much alike, he and I.
No, you're not.
If you think about it, perhaps you'll remember a tea that tasted bitter. And how you drank my medicine by mistake, fell asleep. And maybe now that you know me a little better, you'll get to wondering about in whose bed I spent my wedding night.
Just a little something for you to think about.